We're really excited to have an opportunity to celebrate all of the great things that are happening in the Odenton Town Center. It's been a long time coming. This has been a priority of the West County Chamber for decades, but we finally have had the support from the County Executive Steve Hsu, and Secretary of Commerce Mike Gill, Governor Hogan, to get this thing on the road. So we're looking forward to more great things happening in Odenton, but today we're here to celebrate some of the accomplishments we have had to date. So first I'm going to introduce County Executive Steve Hsu to talk about some of the county's initiatives here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out on this beautiful Anne Arundel County day. It's gorgeous out. I'm going to cling to my speech because it's very windy this morning. Honored to be here with all of you and all of our partners in progress, particularly Secretary Mike Gill, who understands the importance of Anne Arundel County's cybersecurity and national defense assets to the entire state of Maryland, and Councilman Andrew Pruski, who has worked hand in hand with our administration in helping ensure that we grow Odenton in a responsible manner by implementing the Odenton Town Center Master Plan, and of course, the one and only Claire Lauder, who has been a tireless advocate for business and new job formation and responsible development here in the West County area. Over the last year and a half, we've worked to make our county more attractive to new business formation and job creation by doing a number of things, including very recently the very substantial cut in capital facility connection charges. One of the first things a new business considers or a new homeowner considers is, what is it going to cost me? What's my cost of entry into this new location? How much is the government going to take out of my pocket even before I open the doors of my new business or walk into my new home? For far too long, Anne Arundel County had been balancing its budget on the backs of new homeowners and new small businesses through excessive connection fees to public water and sewer. This year, with the help of the County Council, we reduced water and sewer capital connection fees by 30%, which will pump $75 million into our local economy, and which is the largest fee cut in county history. Yes, thank you. And just last week, we built further on that initiative by proposing a 25% reduction in the capital facility recoupment fee, which will encourage additional economic growth here in Odenton and West County. We're optimistic about that legislation. These efforts would not be effective in Odenton without a blueprint to ensure that growth happens responsibly and effectively. And thanks to Claire Lauder, Odenton Now, Councilman Pruski, and others, we now have the plan that will help Odenton grow in a responsible way. The Odenton Town Center Master Plan is the most collaborative planning effort in any jurisdiction in recent memory. Stakeholders from citizens groups to businesses and many others all had a say in this critical document, this blueprint. And using this master plan, I'm confident that there is indeed a very bright future for Odenton and West Anne Arundel County. In support of the master plan, last year we sought and received approval from the County Council to undertake a transit-oriented development, or TOD, around the Odenton MARC train station to encourage the transit-oriented development needed to make the town center a success. The county intends to support this project with a tax increment financing, or a TIF, and we are grateful that the state has offered their support as well. The importance of this TOD cannot be overstated. For more than 50 years, the town center has existed only as a concept and a dream. This critical transit-oriented development is the bricks and mortar step that will unleash the economic forces that will make the Odenton Town Center a reality at last. One of the big reasons that I feel so confident in the future of Odenton is that we have a great partner in Governor Hogan and Secretary Mike Gill, who understands the potential that lies in this area. Secretary Gill is a business leader with 4 decades of experience as an entrepreneur, a technology executive, an investment banker, and a public servant. He was tapped by Governor Larry Hogan to lead the Maryland Department of Commerce in January 2015. Prior to his appointment, Mike Gill led Evergreen Advisors, an investment banking firm, as chairman and principal. Previously, Mike founded Hoyt Capital, an investment and advisory firm serving startups and growth companies. And in 1984, he founded Americom, a Baltimore-based provider of cellular products and services to businesses in the area. Under his leadership, Americom expanded nationwide with more than 1,200 team members. In 2000, it was acquired by Selectron. As secretary, he's worked to bring attractions like Ruth's Chris here to Odenton, and I know that is just the beginning of many great things to come. So without further delay, I'd like to introduce Secretary Mike Gill.
Thank you, pal. Thank you so much. How good is this? This is one of those where I have all this fun and I get paid. Matter of fact, when I did first accept the position, I got home one night and my wife did say to me, "You do get paid, don't you, honey?" So a paycheck showed up. I said, "Yeah, I do." First of all, this looks like we could do the wave. We got enough people here. First of all, to County Executive Steve Shute and my buddy for many, many years, Bob Hannon, who is the best economic development director in the whole country. Not the whole state, the whole country. To Claire, you're outstanding, Councilman Pruski. So great to be here, so great. I've said often, I'm the lucky guy, because up until about 17 months ago, this is one of those things that was not on my radar screen to stand in front of this group here at the Odenton Town Center, which is a tremendous project, tremendous, and being the Secretary of Commerce in this great state of Maryland. Because the assets we have, and Bob Hannon and I have talked about it often, they are so rich. They're so rich. We've missed having the attitude that we need to have. We're heading the right way in terms of our tax policies. We're absolutely going to nail it on regulatory issues. I loved hearing what County Executive Shute said about some adjustments that are being made and various type of fees associated with development in Anne Arundel County. Because you see, you don't grow economies by asking all the people to pay more in taxes. You grow the economy by making it possible for businesses to invest so they can borrow money from folks like the folks at BB&T here today and Bank of Glen Burnie and all the rest of them. That's how you grow the economy. So I'm a lucky person to be in this position. And then with Fort Meade NSA, as I've said often, in my old life, one of those 4 decades, I was like many where I would drive down BW Parkway and I'd see a sign that said Fort Meade. And in my mind, all it said to me was, well, that's a fort over there with a bunch of Army, with a bunch of soldiers. And then all of a sudden I'm in this position and it's not a bunch of soldiers. It's 60,000 people that call Fort Meade NSA home. Some of the most advanced cyber activity, maybe the most advanced cyber activity in the world is happening right there. And this Odenton Town Center, what a great asset for the people there. And we have assets like this throughout the state of Maryland. But again, I say I'm a lucky guy because I come into the position and we have something called Anne Arundel County that pound for pound in terms of assets, in terms of attitude, and in terms of great leadership, it just doesn't get any better. So from Governor Hogan, the state of Maryland, thank you so much for having me be part of this. Love the Odenton Town Center, love Anne Arundel County. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Next, I'd like to introduce Councilman Andrew Pruski. Andrew Pruski's aide, Dave Helmecki, actually sat through just about every meeting we held, and there were many, in reviewing the Odenton Master Plan. He's been, Councilman Pruski's been a tremendous resource to us as we took the plan the last steps, and I know he's a supporter of everything else we're trying to do in Odenton. Councilman Pruski?
Good morning, everyone. I first wanted to take a moment. I was asked not to read the 170 pages because we have a short time. But I have to say, this really was a combined effort. Secretary Gill, your comments obviously hit the tone about how important this area is. Right up the road next year, we're going to be celebrating 100 years of Fort Meade. And if you look at this area in terms of what has changed, the Hideaway right down the street here, a local business, Ruth Chris, that's going to be opening. We obviously have what I call opportunity in Odenton. And I believe that it was a collaboration. I'd like to thank the county executive Claire Louder, obviously from the West County Chamber, Odenton Now, and the many groups that took the time to go through the plan and make it work. Last but not least, I do want to give kudos to my legislative aide, Dave Helmecki, who sat through the meetings. But one thing that he did say to me is, look at the progress. You look around here in terms of what's happening. I know we're trying to get the garage built and obviously some other options and other businesses that are going to come. The Kitty Academy, I'll be on Saturday opening their business. I'd like to thank them for coming out. And let's give them a round of applause. But at the end of the day, it's about getting business and obviously supporting the people that work and live in the area with the Mark Station and other pieces. And as we move forward, I'm looking to be a partner, and let's continue the great work. Thank you for having us today.
Finally, I'd like to introduce somebody who has been a partner with us in the development of the Odenton Town Center through 3 administrations now, at least parts of one of them. And Bob Hannon has always been there, sometimes with a little prodding from me, but has been a really good supporter and helped us get a lot done. Bob?
And I think all of us know what a little prodding from Claire Louder will do for your motivation each and every morning. Claire has been a champion for West County. She's been a champion for the town center of Odenton, and her energy and her drive and her support has been invaluable. But even before there was Claire Louder, I'm going back to my very first meeting and discussion about Odenton, there was Jay Weiner and Stuart Title. And going back to those days when I was schooled on what was going to take place here, what the potential was, and they, as well as Claire, have continued their support and advocacy for this growing town center. I would remind everyone that we're not growing a town center out of a greenfields site. This is literally the 3rd iteration of Odenton. Before what we have today, there was a railroad town, a railroad junction, and then it was a manufacturing center. And then with the advent and the continued expansion of Fort Meade, the opportunity to turn this into a true multi-service town center in support of not only the fort, but West County, is the opportunity that we're all driving for. It's an indication of the importance of this event that the audience out here is overwhelmed by this audience back here, because all of these folks are the partners that have helped make this, achieve the progress that we've gotten to today, and represent the upside potential of things to come. Looking back over just a couple of years, there's been 16 new development projects here in the town center. 1,400 residential units, medical offices, significant names like Johns Hopkins Medical Center, Kennedy Krieger, patient care, brand new banks, Columbia Bank, M&T Bank, retail with Royal Farms, Walgreens, CVS, and this collection of kind of independent retail operators here at the Villages of Odenton Station. New office buildings with Seven Oaks, restaurants with Hideaway and All-American Steakhouse. All of these are the projects that have taken place over the last 6 or 7 years, and really represents the kind of momentum that we've achieved today. Public side, real basic, unglamorous things like roads, sewer, water, all very important as the foundation. Continued cooperation with private developers to partner on new projects. And the things that are to come, we're looking just over the horizon. Halley Development, Rich Rounds is with us today. The 130 acres that lies just to the north of us, intended to be a major office residential complex that's going to add to the town center. The TOD project that has been mentioned several times. Transit-oriented development, maximizing the transportation opportunity with residential and retail as a hub and a major connector to what's taking place to the east of us and to the west of us in terms of creating this town center. Additional expansions of Flats 170 over on 170. All these projects are right at the cusp of opening up and beginning anew. So there's been great progress, there's great new opportunities, and you couldn't find a better collection, as Mike has said, in terms of the leadership that exists in this community, in the state, and certainly County Executive Shue has dove into deep water to make certain that this county is the best place to operate a business and to build a community like the Odenton Town Center. So with that, let me turn it back to Claire Louder for some closing remarks. Thank you.
I think the support that we see for the Odenton Town Center from this administration is evidenced by the number of members of the staff from the County Executive's Office who are here today. Diane Krogan, Mark Hartzell, Owen McAvoy, and Michelle Corkadell, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. But we're really glad to have you out here in Odenton today celebrating with us the great successes that were made possible by your boss, County Executive Steve Shue. I thank you all for coming out today. I also want to recognize really quickly, I'm not going to name them all, but if the members of the Odenton Now Coalition who worked so hard on this master plan could raise your hands. There were a lot of hours put in to make sure that this new plan was functional. So with that, and I see the clouds are starting to gather, I want to thank you all for coming. And I do want to invite you all to Kitty Academy's grand opening, the latest business to open in the Odenton Town Center in the Village at Odenton Station. It is this Saturday, June 18th from 11 to 2 p.m. I hope we'll see you all out there. And we'll look forward to continuing to celebrate. Bruce Chris will be coming very soon, as you can see from the construction in the back. So we look forward to continuing opportunities to celebrate with you here at the Odenton Town Center. Thank you.
As the home to Fort George G. Meade, West Anne Arundel County is the nation's epicenter of cybersecurity and intelligence.
We are located in the nation's fourth largest marketplace, that being the Baltimore-Washington corridor.
West Anne Arundel County's transportation access is unparalleled. With BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport, Tipton Regional Airport, the Baltimore-Washington Parkway, multiple state highways, and a commuter rail line. More than 56,000 employees make Fort Meade the largest employer in Maryland. It houses more than 118 federal tenant agencies, including U.S. Cyber Command, the National Security Agency, and the Defense Information Systems Agency. Surrounding the garrison is one of the most prominent regions in the nation for technology and defense contracting. West Anne Arundel County is an area that continues to see an influx of high-income jobs, with businesses and developers enthusiastic about catering to this booming community.
What we knew was that there was significant population growth, largely attributed to the jobs growth that's taking place here in the defense and cyber industry. And so we knew that there would be healthcare needs that needed to be met.
Just knowing that so many great jobs are coming to the area, to Fort Meade, and jobs in cybersecurity, and that was just very appealing to us.
Mixed use and commercial development continues to fare well in West County. The village of Odenton Station, adjacent to the Odenton Mark Station, is a popular rental community with a growing retail center particularly primed for popular eateries, including Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Modern housing development continues to keep pace as well. Luxury apartment communities in the Odenton Town Center, such as The Haven and Flats 170 at Academy Yard, have all the amenities professionals have come to expect and enjoy. Broadstone West 32 and Novus residences are coming online soon, adding 400 residential units to the Odenton Town Center.
We've built 369 Class A apartments, and we've been really happy with the lease up. I think there's demand for a lot more of that type of development.
Home buyers also have many options, with single-family housing and townhome communities springing up across West County. In a state with the highest median household income in the country, Odenton has a median household income at more than $81,000. This highly educated, upper-income community continues to demand amenities and a variety of retail and food options. A growing list of developers and businesses are only too happy to oblige.
I think the Odenton Town Center framework is a good thing. I think we're just seeing some really high-quality development coming.
We did see that there are a lot of other high-end businesses coming to Odenton, so again, that's very attractive to us, not only the demographics and the job creation in the area, but keeping an eye on the landscape and seeing what other businesses are coming to the community. That's just confirmation for us that it's the right move from a business standpoint.
To learn more about development and business opportunities in Odenton and other areas of West Anne Arundel County, call the Anne Arundel Economic Development Corporation at 410-222-7410.
Good morning, everyone. I know it's hot out here, so you probably don't want to stay for hours and hours. So we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Claire Louder, and I'm the President and CEO of the West Anne Arundel County Chamber. And we are delighted to be here today to finally get Town Center Boulevard completed. I know we've been looking at a stub here with a road closed sign for an awfully long time. First, I'd like to recognize some of our VIPs who are in attendance today. County Executive Steve Shue is back there. Councilman Andrew Pruski is also with us today. Delegate Mark Chang is with us today as well. Senator DeGrange had hoped to attend, but had a last-minute conflict and was not able to make it, so we're glad to have Delegate Chang with us. We also have our partners from Fort Meade, Colonel Brian Foley, who is our outgoing garrison commander as of next week, and you're chopped liver now. Lame duck. And our new garrison commander incoming on August 4th, Colonel Thomas Ricard. So, particularly glad to have them here today because if we are successful, once this portion is built, there's another piece of the road connecting up to Reese Road that actually is on Fort Meade property, so we'll be continuing to work with them on that effort. We also have a number of department chairs with us here today. Bob Hammond from Anne Arundel Economic Development Corporation. John Hammond from the Budget Office, hiding in the back. And Chris Phipps from the Department of Public Works. So thank you all. These are all people who played a hand in getting this job done. We are particularly excited to have with us today the members of the Halley team who are making this event possible by building the road. Town Center Boulevard creates connectivity through the heart of the Odenton Town Center, providing a new access route for Seven Oaks residents to reach 175 and the Odenton Mark Station, and opening up the transition area under Maryland 32 for development. With us today are Cookie Halley, Steve Fleischman, John Halley, and Rich Rounds. They really didn't want to have a groundbreaking. They are get-it-done kinds of people. They're much more interested in getting the road built than celebrating it, but we appreciate their willingness to let us celebrate this great milestone. County Executive Shue has been a tremendous supporter of our efforts in the Odenton Town Center and has understood the importance of this area since the very beginning, probably more than any previous county executive. We really appreciate your support, and I know that you have some words, so please welcome Steve Shue. Nice to see you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. This is very exciting. So glad to be part of this this wonderful event. Over the last year and a half, we've worked very hard to make Anne Arundel County a better place to do business and to create jobs, and have taken a lot of steps to improve the business climate here in our county. We've been, with the support of our county council, we have cut taxes. We enacted last year the largest tax cut in county history. That was an income tax cut, and as we all know, the vast majority of businesses report their earnings on a personal tax return. So that is a hugely impactful step toward improving our business climate. And this year in our budget, we have rolled in the largest fee cut in county history, the fee that many of you have suffered to pay to hook up to the water and sewer system here in Anne Arundel County. That fee had spiraled out of control in recent years and had become a major impediment to new business formation and job creation. We cut that fee by about a third, which will pump $75 million into the local economy in the years to come. It's extraordinarily impactful. We've also cut property taxes twice thanks to our property tax revenue cap, and have instituted a new peer review process, and I'm so appreciative of the council supporting that. I know that was a tough one to get our arms around. And we've seen from other jurisdictions around the country that can have a dramatic effect on permit review times. Our overall goal in the permit area is to cut permit times in half in this county. And as part of that, we've been reorganizing our land use departments and streamlining processes and procedures. And finally, our budget office is undertaking an enormous review of every single fee in Anne Arundel County. We levy hundreds of fees. We're still finding fees that we have. They keep turning up. And I think, John, you're on track to deliver that report sometime in September, I think. Right, John? September? September. Okay. So that report comes out in September, and my hope is that we're going to be able to identify fees to eliminate entirely, some fees to cut, some are probably going to go up, I'm afraid to say. But on balance, in the aggregate, we expect another significant knockdown in fees and the cost of doing business in this county. But all those efforts they're good and well, but they wouldn't be effective in Odenton without an excellent master plan and without strong, dedicated entrepreneurs and advocate organizations helping us to make Odenton a reality. And thanks to our Economic Development Corporation, Bob Hannon and his team, Claire Lauder, Odenton Now, Councilman Pruski and his team, Dave Helmicki, we now have the plan that will help Odenton grow in a responsible way. The Town Center Master Plan is the most collaborative planning effort any jurisdiction has undertaken in recent memory. It was a great process, and so many people worked so hard to put together what I think is an outstanding piece of work. Stakeholders from every citizen group, all the business groups here in the community, all had a say in this important blueprint. And using this master plan, I am very confident that there is a bright future for Odenton and for West County in general. 50 years ago, it's been that long, Odenton was designated as a town center. It was a great concept, a great vision, but as I think most people here know, not a lot of things happened during most of those intervening decades, but that has now changed. In support of the master plan, last year we received approval from the County Council to undertake a transit-oriented development, TOD, around the Odenton Mark Station to encourage development needed to make the town center a success. The county will support that TOD with a tax increment financing. And we're grateful to the state who has offered to help their support. Cannot overstate the importance of that TOD. And I believe, and I think many people here believe that project will unleash vast private economic forces that will make the Odenton Town Center a reality. Today is another example of progress, bricks and mortar progress here in Odenton. Odenton Town Center Boulevard is a crucial artery connecting residential and commercial centers within the area and bringing this community closer together as we build for the future. The project will create a hiker-biker trail, roadway and sidewalk connections from Maryland 175 through Maryland 32, underpass to the Town Center Boulevard in Seven Oaks. Planning for that road, the new road, began in 2010 when the county approved a public-private partnership with Halley Development. So glad to see all of you guys here today, and we're so appreciative of the efforts that you've made here in our county over the years. Halley Development agreed to fund and construct the road project, with county providing tax credits or impact fee credits to support the construction. And I again want to thank the Halley organization for everything that they've done and are planning to do. I look forward to the time on this road, which includes 4 lanes and a median, a 10-foot wide multi-use trail on the eastern side, and a 5-foot wide sidewalk for the entire length of the project, will be complete. This project is another step toward a stronger and better and more connected Odenton. This area has almost half a dozen new projects that come online or came online in the past year. There's a lot going on. Examples on the commercial side include All-American Steakhouse, the High's gas station and convenience store along 175, a new giant supermarket farther down 175 at the Odenton Shopping Center. And on the residential side, I was just chatting with the ladies over here about some of those new developments on the residential side, including Broadstone 32 West and Novus at Odenton Town Center, both open and actively leasing up 50%. That's great, getting there. That's right. Both projects are located just within a few blocks of where we stand today, and I look forward to many more groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings in the future as we continue to make progress. So thank you all again for being here, and I'll turn it back over to Claire. All right.
Next, Councilman Andrew Pruski has a few remarks as well.
Good morning, everyone. I promised that I would keep my remarks under an hour due to the heat.
so I'll actually keep it brief. I just want to thank everyone. You know, one of the things that people forget is that to get these projects off the ground, it takes a team. And we often refer to our distinguished elected officials, but also the county planning offices, economic development, and West County Chamber as Team Meade. But I just want to give a round of applause for making progress towards the town center, because think about what the county executive just said. There was years of plans and nothing was done, and now we're sitting here shovel ready. Let's give a round of applause for that. I also want to remind everyone that we have a project that we're working closely towards, and that's certainly the transit-oriented development project. And I think we're getting close, and hopefully we'll have another groundbreaking soon. The county executive mentioned that you have to move forward at a snail's pace, but once you get going, things start to move. And we have a lot of opportunity in Odenton. For those of you that follow Twitter and Facebook, I always say hashtag opportunity Odenton. You have Ruth Chris. We obviously have Fort Meade doing some reorganization, and also the other businesses that support our local area. But last but not least, I want to give some credit to someone who will be leaving in December and certainly has put a lot of this together. I think Claire Lauder from the West County Chamber deserves a round of applause for her work. Claire, I have to say, you know, we all don't always agree, but you know that when we're at the table together, all of us, we make things happen. And that's really a representative of what we're doing here today. I want to thank everyone for coming here today and looking forward to putting shovel in the ground. Thank you.
Not agreeing with Claire is very, very dangerous.
I understand your whole team thinks that. The members of the West County Chamber Economic Development Committee and the Odenton Now Committee, as the county executive and county council would have mentioned, have been tireless advocates of the need to improve Odenton's infrastructure in support of current and planned development in the Odenton Town Center. Our economic development chair is Linda Schuett, and she will speak on behalf of our group.
Oh, I could read other people's speeches.
Don't lose them.
It is so wonderful to be here. Good morning to everyone. It's so great to see all of your faces. I have been a member of Odenton Now. If you don't know this already, the now is in all caps. Odenton Now. And the Economic Development Committee for the West County Chamber for, I'm going to say 7 or 8 years. But there are a whole host of people here and within this community who have been working on trying to bring the vision of what Odenton should be, could be, to be a reality. And they've been working on it for way longer than I have. Positive steps have been made over the years, but it has been, I think we would all agree, slow. It hasn't been Odenton Now. Under this administration, we have been heard. The voices of Odenton have been heard. We sat in a room with County Executive Steve Shue for almost 2 hours going through the incredible, most people would say extremely boring details of how development occurs here. And he had read the plan, which, I mean, that alone I couldn't believe. And he listened to what we had to say, and he and his administration really, I read the first plan, couldn't get past page 5. So he is really responsible. He and his administration is responsible for actually getting, and the county council, for getting the best master plan for development we have ever had in this county. And you've got to thank Steve and his administration for that. But this step, the Town Center Boulevard, is huge. Although I understand that word is pronounced differently now. I think you say huge, it's huge. And this step is big, and we've been waiting for it for a very long time. Why have we been waiting for it? A couple of reasons. First of all, it creates connectivity within the town center. It really makes the town center what a town center is supposed to be, and also connects the neighboring community of Seven Oaks together. It's a connectivity kind of road. So that's one reason. It also improves traffic flow because it's going to take traffic off 175 and bring it onto the boulevard, which is great to improve traffic here in this area. And the creation of this road will allow for additional responsible development in Odenton. And that's what most of Odenton has pushed for many years. So like I said, the creation of Town Center Boulevard is a really big step towards the full realization of the Odenton Town Center Master Plan. And I thank everyone who's been a part of making it happen. But we have to really thank Halley Development for not only taking this project on, but actually doing it. My hat is off to you. Good going. Thank you.
Cookie, last chance. Are you sure you don't want to say something? Okay, anybody else? Okay. Before we start the groundbreaking, I'd like to thank Odenton Florist for providing the bows for our shovels, and Baltimore Coffee and Tea for bringing iced beverages, which I hope you all have taken advantage of. They are both located in the Odenton Town Center core, very close to us. And then I also want to thank Rosa Cruz, I don't think Owen's here, but Owen McAvoy, Kim Wirt, and Marnie Shamblin for their efforts to organize this event. It was done quickly, and we couldn't have done it without all of our partners. And Rich Round actually has been out here sweating with us since 8 o'clock, moving things as well. He's, as I said, a get-it-done kind of a guy, just in the Halley spirit. If the following people could join me at the groundbreaking site, which is that line of dirt back there. Kim and Marnie will hand you a shovel on your way by. I need Steve Shue, Andrew Pruski, Bob Hannon, Cookie Halley, Steve Fleischman, John Halley, Rich Rounds, Chris Phipps, and John Hammond. Thank you.
Again, man.